fans and drama enthusiasts. Well, today, we're diving into a story that's both heartwarming and a little fiery. Literally. I'm talking about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, yes, Harry and Meghan, and their recent visit to the Pasadena Convention Center, which became an evacuation site for the Eton wildfire victims. Come to Throne Talk. If you're obsessed with everything royal, from tiaras to charity, and maybe even the occasional royal roast, you're in the right place. So buckle up, grab some tea or coffee if you're fancy like that. And let's chat about royals, kindness, and how they showed up in a big way for the community. Oh, and while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. And I promise the drama, and the tea, is always piping hot on Throne Talk. So, Harry and Meghan are no strangers to making headlines, whether it's their Netflix docuseries, their bombshell interviews, or even their adorable family moments with Archie and Lilibet. But this time, they stepped into the spotlight for a cause that hit close to home. Literally, since these wildfires are happening not far from where they live in Montecito, California. The Eton wildfire has been devastating, forcing families to leave their homes and seek shelter. And guess who rolled up to help? That's right, our Sussex duo, armed with compassion and, of course, a little sprinkle of royal charm. Picture this: the Pasadena Convention Center, buzzing with activity, filled with evacuees and first responders trying to make the best of a terrible situation. And in walks Harry and Meghan, not in tiaras or suits, but in casual outfits, looking like the most down-to-earth royal couple you could imagine. It's like seeing your high school crush show up to prom in sneakers. It's unexpected but, oddly, it works. Meghan had this effortless look as usual, and Harry, well, let's just say the beard game was on point. Now, here's where it gets good. They didn't just show up for a photo op, they came ready to roll up their sleeves, literally. Meghan and Harry didn't hesitate to jump in, meeting with evacuees, comforting families, and chatting with first responders. They brought along essential supplies, including clothing and items for kids, which, let's be honest, is a thoughtful touch. If you've ever been in a stressful situation, you know that having someone show up with practical help, not just words, makes all the difference. And you know Meghan, always the prepared one. I bet she had a list and checked it twice before packing those supplies. It's like she's the Santa Claus of humanitarian efforts. And Harry? He probably carried the bags because, you know, teamwork makes the dream work. But wait, there's more. They didn't just stop at handing out supplies. Nope. They partnered with World Central Kitchen. If you don't know, that's an organization that's basically the Avengers of disaster relief. They provide meals for people in need during crises, and Harry and Meghan were right there, helping to make sure no one went hungry. Can we take a moment to appreciate that? Because when was the last time you saw a prince serving up food? I mean, sure, we've all seen him grill burgers at a backyard barbecue, but this is next-level dedication. What's really powerful about this visit is how much it reflects Harry and Meghan's approach to their work. They're all about showing up where it matters, being hands-on, and making a real impact. Whether it's mental health initiatives, gender equality, or wildfire relief, they seem to have this knack for jumping into causes that resonate with everyday people. And let's not ignore the fact that they've faced their fair share of criticism over the years. Some folks might say, oh, they're just doing it for publicity. But honestly, does it even matter when the end result is people getting help? If someone handed me a sandwich during a crisis, I wouldn't care if they were doing it for likes or the Nobel Peace Prize. I'd just say, thanks for the sandwich. Speaking of sandwiches, imagine Harry serving up food with that cheeky smile of his. I can just hear him saying, care for a royal serving of mac and cheese? Meghan, on the other hand, probably has the poise of a Michelin-starred chef, carefully handing out meals and making sure every portion is perfect. It's like the ultimate tag team, one part charm, one part precision. And together? Total magic. What's also worth noting is how this ties into their work with the Archwell Foundation. This isn't a one-off thing for them. Their foundation has been involved in supporting communities, offering disaster relief, and promoting resilience. By the way, Archwell? What a name, right? It sounds like the title of an epic fantasy novel. In a world where kindness reigns, Archwell leads the charge. But in all seriousness, it's clear that Harry and Meghan are using their platform to make a difference, and this visit is just one example of that. Now, let's talk about the people they met. You've got families who've lost everything, first responders working around the clock, and volunteers doing their best to keep spirits high. For these folks, having Harry and Meghan show up must have been a morale boost. It's not every day you meet a prince and a duchess, let alone have them ask how you're holding up. And while some might brush it off as a small gesture, these moments of connection can mean the world to people in crisis. It's the kind of thing that makes you believe in humanity again, even if just for a little while. And can we take a second to talk about how this aligns with Harry and Meghan's reputation for being relatable? Sure, they live in a mansion in Montecito, but they've always emphasized their desire to be part of the community. They've talked about raising their kids with an understanding of service and responsibility. And let's be real, Archie and Lilibet are probably going to grow up thinking, doesn't every kid's parents hand out food during wildfires? Talk about setting a high bar for the next generation. By the way, if you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button and subscribe to Throne Talk. This is the kind of content we're all about. Bringing you the inside scoop on the royals while keeping it fun, relatable, and maybe just a little sassy. Okay, back to the story. What stood out to me was how natural Harry and Meghan seemed during the visit. They weren't stiff or overly formal. There's this one moment. Imagine Harry crouching down to talk to a little kid, probably cracking a dad joke that only he finds funny. Meanwhile, Meghan's off to the side, engaging in deep conversation with a firefighter, nodding thoughtfully like she's about to solve climate change single-handedly. It's those little details that make their public appearances feel genuine. They're not just there to be seen, they're there to connect. And let's not forget, this visit also sends a message. By showing up, Harry and Meghan are drawing attention to the Eton wildfire and the people affected by it. They're using their platform to amplify the voices of those who might otherwise go unheard. It's a reminder that even when you're not in the UK wearing a crown, you can still have a global impact. Who needs a throne when you've got this kind of influence, right? Before we wrap up, let me hit you with this thought. Harry and Meghan's journey has been anything but traditional. From stepping back as senior royals to carving out their own path, they've shown that you don't have to follow the script to make a difference. Love them or hate them, you can't deny their commitment to doing things their way, and that includes showing up for their community in moments like this. So, what do you think about their visit? Was it a genuine act of kindness, a clever PR move, or maybe a bit of both? Let me know in the comments because I'd love to hear your thoughts. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Throne Talk. This is just the beginning, and I've got so much more royal content coming your way. Whether it's heartwarming stories like this or juicy royal drama, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember, life's too short not to sprinkle a little royalty into your daily routine. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and stay tuned to Throne Talk. Cheers!